Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pacific Grand Western Railway. Today, I was working on the layout, and I thought instead of running some trains today, I found some styrofoam, sheet styrofoam, and looking at the layout, I decided it was a little bit too flat in certain areas. So I decided I would make a video today and show you how I made tunnels in the mountains on the layout out of styrofoam, hand towels, and white glue. The cheap way, an easy way. So with that, let's begin, and I'll show you how to do the scenery on the cheap. So with that, let's begin. Be back to where I am. I did off camera carve out my pieces. To start with, I have my bottle of full strength, whoa, Elmer's white glue. I said I just scared a spider. Oh well. Then I have Elmer's. This is glue diluted. This is about 50% white glue, about a few drops of dish soap and water. And I also put some of this uh, acrylic water wash up paint in it. This is burned umber. I mixed that in it. I thought I'd try something new today. I usually just thin the glue out with water, but I'd try something new because this is what this layout was actually just designed to be a test track for testing my equipment out. But I decided while I'm doing it, I will use it to test out system, how to make the mountains a little differently, and it was kind of a test layout. So with I had the glue, I had hand towels you can get out of any dollar store. These are the pieces like this. I'll just tear a few off to start with. And I also have a little thing. This is just a little, it was a little takeout container of dinner coming, takeout. I just got it with some hot water and some soap just to wash my fingers because this is the time where today you get a little icky dicky. So you sometimes want to wash your fingers and just clean the glue off your fingers while you're doing it. So just remember when you're doing anything, it's all right to get icky dicky. You just don't want to get dicky icky. That's no good. So as you can see, I've already carved styrofoam out to sort of a rough shaped it out, the styrofoam. And I got a rough idea where I'm going to put it. This is the bottom piece that's going to go in there. So we'll start by gluing the pieces down and together. And this is where you use the full strength white glue. And I have a, oh yeah. There we go. And you don't have to skimp. Just make sure you get it out close to the edges. And you just put it over, and I think we're going to go about like that. Just breaks up the foam board so it's not quite so flat. And this is the second piece. Trying to where I can get you some. I got a piece to put over the other side too. I was putting the glue on. It's actually snowing like crazy here in North York, Ontario. So we got our winter returned. Now you can use 2 pieces, you can use 3 pieces, you can go as high as you want. Me, I'm using 3 on this one. just to give it a little bit of a. And this is just styrofoam out of a box. I'm not sure if that's exactly. No, it's supposed to go this way, I guess. I don't know. Go like that. And also, when you're carving the foam out, never throw your little scraps away. So I've got a perfect location for this piece. Go right there. That fills that up flat. Now what I usually do, I do all these mountains, these little mountains back here and these things are all done this way with the styrofoam. And as you'll see how I'm doing about to do this. Now we just wrap our hand towel over the well, this is not quite as solid and as strong as plaster or that kind of stuff, just for a small layout. And if you're a person like me that's in an apartment or someplace that's small, that's why I'm using the foam board. But I wished I would have got the pink solid foam, but at the time I was looking, this was all I could get. So I took what I could get with this one. But it's nice and light, and this keeps it nice and light. And one person can pick it up. You can do like I'm doing when you want to use your layout. You can lay it on your bed or kitchen table or wherever you want, and you can do some railroading in your apartment. So there. Now we take make sure you shake it up good. Now we take our thing, and this is the first time I've used diluted stuff colored. So we'll see how this is going to work. And this is the part, ladies and gentlemen, where you get all icky dicky. You just use your fingers to smear the glue all around. Work it into the hand towel. I thought I'd try this because I usually paint, and you'll find when you water it down, it makes the hand towel sheets fit into the form of you have carved out. I think I could have it just a little bit more diluted. I thought I would try it using the paint in it, save painting it afterwards. So it's going to be an experiment for all of us, how this is going to work. And as you can see, it sinks in, molds to the contour of your foam. And just make sure you work your edges down good to seal it. When I made the other mountains on here, I let this dry and then I painted it. But this way maybe I won't have so much to paint when I'm done. And you can just press it down. Okay. I will eventually going to, if it ever stops snowing and warms up a little bit, I'm going to go down to my local park and get some nice fine topsoil from down there that's on the pathways, and that I can sprinkle this down with topsoil on top of it, and it'll look like
Hello, Moto.
sorry about that, folks, that I forgot to put it on airplane mode. It will slow away in a minute. Okay, there's that one down.
Hello,
And this
Moto.
is why I said we got a little thing here to clean your hands. Just a little hand towel just to clean things up. Now if I can reach over and do the other side, I might put something down in here yet, just to maybe make it a little bit of a wave or something. But it looks more natural being Humpty Bumpty than it does just a flat ground. Because when you look around, even walk out and look around your cities and your towns, you'll find town is all not nice and flat. That's one thing that a lot of us small rurals are guilty of, is we tend to make our towns and our cities a little too flat. So when you look in real life, they're actually not so flat out in the cities. Even the big cities, there's hills, and that can go right there. There's hills and humps and bumps and stuff in the ground. So I'll push that over just a little bit. And I dig my Pacific Grand Western Railway 1860 passenger cars out. So in another video that I was working on the 484 Mastodon, and I did manage to change one drive wheel and got rid of the traction tire. The other one, the traction tire was split on me, but it might run with one missing. I'm going to try it out. If it does, I'll be able to pull the pasture crane on here and give my pasture thing. Now this I got to reach over. I don't have any way to walk around, unfortunately, but we'll still make it work. Where there's a will, there's a way. You do have to take care of your watch your other details on the layout when you're laying over it. I'm only going to need two on that one. I'm going to do this. I'll do this. Right. And we'll fold this over on itself like that. Oh. We'll do our I do still need 2 more lengths of cork road bed, HO scale road bed for this. However, we're having a little bit of a hard time getting it in Canada right at the moment. So I just got straight cardboard under them pieces. And also you'll notice I've got the same thing around the base of these trees, anchoring these trees onto the foam board a little better. There. Whoopsie. Won't hurt anything. Just a little bit of water. Mind you, I am going to soak up a little bit. It actually goes pretty easy. Now I have this piece left over here. I'm wondering if I can put that there. And I've also saved the bag of trimming. So we got something we can put beside that, maybe. And if that would I want to try something like that. What's that? Oh, my piece of paper right now. I've also done model railway sceneries where I've used cardboard and newspaper. stapled to it, or pieces of thin veneer with pieces of Scotch tape rolled out on it, stretched out on it, and newspaper and stapled to it, glued to it, then covered in gyprock plaster or plaster of Paris. I've tried that too, so there's lots of ways to make scenery. I just thought I'd try this. It keeps the foam board light, so one person can handle it, and that you can move it around your apartment and as you need it. Or if you get plaster on it, it's all right. If you got some place where you got a semi-permanent layout where you're not going to be lifting it or moving it, then that thing. But if you got some place where, like I am, where you're just kind of wanting something to run some trains on, and quick and fast, this is a very quick and easy way of doing it. And you can cover it with ground foam or whatever you like, or a little bit of natural soil that people are using now to blend it in. And just like that, you have two. And another thing, if you're by yourself and a bachelor and you get any takeout dinners, these nice big deep dishes like this, it takes you 2 minutes to wash them, and they're handy for this, for washing your hands or putting your locomotives and parts and pieces in, and with alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and or mineral spirits if you're down in the States, odorless mineral spirits or something like that for cleaning as well. And they're cheap and handy, and you get them when you're free. And actually, that putting the paint on it, we'll see how that dries in a few hours. But I think putting the paint on it kind of covered half my time. I'm going to cover it with some dirt, but the only downside is now I don't have any flat place to put the locomotives when I'm testing them, but that is such as life. So it's all fairly clean up. It's these glues are all water cleanup. The acrylic paint is water cleanup. So as you see, if you got a little thing of water beside you here, it's very easy to just dip your fingers in and clean your fingers and keep you from getting too much of a icky dicky mess. And you can go on. So just there is how easy it is to make a little landscaping on your layout. That's something you can do on a day like today where it's snowing like crazy. You can't do anything else, especially when you're on a disability where you can't work very good or anything. But while I am here, what I am going to do is I'm going to fix up around here, this area where you see the tree is coming off. I'm going to re-glue that down, and I'm going to put some hand towel stuff around it just to seal it. And I'll show you how that's done while we're doing this video. I'm just going to tear some strips up, and I can use my little piece for that. And we'll just bend this guy back. The problem with this is, where's my knife? I used without taking this film off, and this Durospan, this green foam is nothing glues to it or sticks to it, as you'll notice. So we'll just there. We'll just take that off. There. Now we can that down. I might as well go right around that and seal that base up. We'll put our strips down. Our little torn strip. Our other. I will put that strip there. Then we'll use the, whoopsie, I'm hung up on a telephone pole. I can probably come around the end here and, excuse me, to get in here. We can put this down. And just like that, your tree is done. And another thing I found out, I would strongly recommend you don't ever do, is while remounting these things, I had this bottle of Testor's liquid plastic cement sitting on the layout. Well, while doing that, I knocked it over. And as you'll see, I wound up with a very big hole burnt into plastic, melted into the plastic. So that was, not only did I lose 3/4 of a bottle of expensive plastic glue, I had a real nice big sinkhole I had to fill in. And actually you can see I had it not only there, but around the caboose, under the caboose, and this nice big hole here. So I had filled this in with styrofoam when I cut the piece out for the control panel there. I cut a square out. I had to cut it out in pieces, jammed it in here, glued it in. I put some duct tape underneath the board to seal the board bottom so it was a flat bottom. Then I filled it in with, this is gravel I got out of Dollarama in a bottle. I filled it in with glue with some clear watered down white glue. Did the same thing with this, and I put some natural rocks and pieces in it and filled back in the sinkhole I made. So that is not a good thing. You'll be surprised how fast that liquid glue dissolves into that styrofoam. And it's not very healthy, the fumes it gives off either. So just a little word there, boys. Be careful when you're working on your gluing stuff together when you're using foam board for small railroading sub form instead of plywood, because you can quickly have a sinkhole where you don't want one. That was not the right place to have a sinkhole under my tank. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call this a video, so you've got an idea how you can make some scenery on your layout. You don't have to use it on foam board. You can also do it on plywood or whatever you're using as well. And it's cheap and fast, and you can usually get those sheets of styrofoam out of any packing or out of the garbage, or keep whatever you get, or people have stuff, friends of yours, if they get any radios, electronics, or anything like that, tell them to save you the sheets of styrofoam, and that you can use. I'll just show you a thing. You usually get them in sheets like this, just some different sizes of sheets. You can cut it to whatever size you want, and that you can use it for walls or tunnels, or that's what this big tunnel is made out of. Here, there's all big chunks of this cut to shape and then covered with the same way I did that with glue and hand towel. And then you can carve some. You can put some light plaster on if you want to carve in the tunnel thing, or if you're just using, like I'm doing, just a test layout where it's not meant to be a show model railway. It's just something to test your locomotives and your equipment out on. You can leave it as it is and just paint it, and you got a cheap, fast layout and dirty layout for your apartment or for testing out your equipment. And that is the main thing. So, well, now I'm sitting here and having a cup of coffee while I set this up for YouTube, and we can go from there. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. And if you like, share, subscribe. I also have another link you'll see on the channel for buy me a coffee. Support the channel that way. I'd greatly appreciate it. Or subscribe. Give me a thing. I need more subscribers to get me up to 100. Would be greatly appreciated. And like, share, comment, and we'll catch you in the next video. And thank you, ladies, from all of us at Pacific Grand Western Railway. Thank you for tuning in.